was one of those days when you wanted to crawl back in your bed and never come back out. It was my 14th birthday, which made it worse. I had been awoken by a tray of mushy pancakes and a glass of room temperature milk being placed on my lap. My parents sang a monotone happy birthday and placed a small package wrapped in a brown paper tied with a cream-colored string on my nightstand before walking out of my bedroom and shutting the door behind them. I attempted to eat the so-called breakfast, which looked as if it had been made last night. After I managed to choke down a few bites, I got out of bed and started getting ready for school. Please don't let this happen today, I prayed. It was going well until third block. I lost control. I was sitting in the very back corner of the classroom. The teacher was lecturing us about some Roman battle, and the bell would ring in 9 minutes. Then I would be free, but no. I had dropped my pen on the floor and rolled under Derek's desk. He looked back at me and picked up the blue ballpoint and handed it to me. Our hands slightly touched. Derek gasped in horror. The whole class looked back at us and the teacher stopped talking. Derek's hand looked as normal as ever, but he instantly felt the pain of death. His hand tensed, and he let out a yell. His hand went limp and became the color of lifelessness, a light gray. He fell out of his chair and started crying. The students gasped and looked at me in shock. The teacher grabbed the phone and dialed the nurse. God, I hope I didn't kill him. I thought he was such a nice guy. Why did this happen to me every year on my birthday? Why do I have the touch of death? I had even killed my real parents on the first birthday. They gave me a big hug and, well, you can understand the rest. I couldn't escape this evil curse, and it was only 4 p.m. I already had my first victim. My 7th set of foster parents were the ones who finally realized they couldn't hug me, hold my hand, or even pat my head on this day. They had known for 7 years and tried to accept it, but they ended up hating me. The worst death was my best friend. It was my 12th birthday. They didn't know they couldn't come up behind me and give me a huge hug. That was my worst birthday. I had to watch their expressions change from confused when I pushed them away, and then pain. I walked out of the classroom already knowing Derek's fate. Tears rolled down my face. I went to my locker to grab my books, and actually bumped into my friend from PE class. Rosa. She stopped halfway and fell to the ground. She let out a scream of horror, and I ran out of the school, bawling my eyes out. I ran to the park and sat on a lone swing. No one else was in the park. All the other kids were still in school, and I started humming, trying to lighten the mood, but I failed. I kept stopping to wipe my tears off my eyes and sniffle. I felt a small drop of water in my hand. It started raining. Always now, if anyone came, it would hide my tears of shame. I sat there in the rain for an hour until I decided to go home. My foster parents were at work and wouldn't be home until late. On this day, they tried to stay away from me the most. When I got home, I went into my pale, plain room and laid on my bed. The small brown package on my nightstand caught my eye. I grabbed it, examining the cute box in my hand. I noticed a small note on the bottom that said, "Only for the worst." What could that mean? I didn't know, but I wanted to, so I reached out in my dresser drawer and took out my pocket knife. I was about to cut the string, but my phone rang. It was a restricted number, so I didn't bother. But it rang and rang. Well, it must be important, I thought. I picked up the dark purple cell phone and answered with my usual, "What?" The distorted voice said from the other end. I hung up the phone and cried myself to sleep even though it was only 6 p.m. I'd killed more than a dozen people and I was only 14. In the morning, I woke with joy. It was over. I had survived yet another birthday. I jumped out of bed and ran to my foster parents' room. "It's over!" I screamed. I jumped on the king-size bed, gave them both giant hugs. I ran to get the packet and opened it with them, but when I came back, they were both consumed by that familiar grayish tone. "No! No! Mom! Dad!" I screamed. There was no response. The phone call was right. I had killed today. Christmas be every day now. Oh God, I mumbled, while tearing up. I sat in between my parents in the bed and put their arms around mine. I slowly opened the package, and inside was a full bottle of pills. On the pharmacy label it read, "For depression." The last thing I remember was seeing through my blurry vision was an empty bottle of depression.